Hello travelers, this is going to be your Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising video for May 2024. This is a general reading, and the messages may not resonate with you, in which case I suggest you check back to your Moon and Rising sign videos. If you are so inclined, I'm reading this because I can't remember everything. If you are so inclined, you may book a private tarot reading with me. All you need to do is email me at the address on the screen right there, HiddenLotusTarot@gmail.com. Or you can always go to my About box section of the channel, and there you will find the reading packages, the number of minutes, the number of questions, and the price, and the delivery method. You can email me at this address and say to me, for instance, Tara, I would like a 45-minute reading, and I will respond back to you with an email containing booking instructions and a payment link. To make it easier, you should automatically add me to your contacts. That way, when I respond to you, it should go directly into your emails, into your email inbox. Because apparently most of my email responses go directly into your spam folder. And so again, if you email me and you don't hear back from me, even after you put my email address in your contact, that means look in your spam folder, because I do answer everybody back, and I do it rather quickly. My turnaround time for producing the tarot readings is 24 to 72 hours. I don't like to make people wait. Okay, I got that out of the way. I had to write it down because my mouth doesn't form the necessary movements to say everything that I need to say clearly. I'm still struggling with my speech, and the medication that I'm taking makes my mouth so dry, and I have a hard time forming my words because I got no spit in my mouth. It's a ruthless cycle. So I have with me today the Radiant White deck. I have with me as well the La Vida Sibila for clarification should I need. And we'll be wrapping the reading up with an angel answer card. Okay, so let me turn the camera around and we will get started with the reading. I want to shuffle the deck again and ruffle the cards. I like for you to watch me shuffling and ruffling the cards because you see them dealt freshly. There is one rifle, and we will shuffle them again. Oh, a card fell out. And now we will cut the deck. And the first card that fell out was the Six of Pentacles. Next card. I think I need to turn off my... Hold on a minute. I'm going to turn off my light so it's not so glaring on the cards. Is that better? I hope so. Actually, it's not. So hang on. I got one more thing I can do. Turn the light back on and close a blind. Okay, that should do it. Somewhat. Yes, it's okay. One more blind. And that's about as good as I'm going to get it. Okay? It could be my reading cloth it's black, so it's hard to see the picture, but it's a 6 of Pentacles. Okay. And the next card is the Queen of Swords. They're coming back into focus. The Knight of Wands. Next row, the King of Pentacles. The Ten of Wands. The Two of Wands. Excuse me. The Nine of Wands. That's a lot of wand energy. But it looks to me as though you're focused on something. Excuse me. The Emperor. Finally, the Seven of Swords. Now, what is over the whole reading? The overall energy is the Four of Swords. What do I have? I have 1 pentacle, 3 court cards, 1, 2, 3, 4 wands, 2 swords, 2 pentacles, and a major arcana. And I have to say that the reading has a sense of urgency to it. I don't know if it makes any sense to you. I have 1 card of movement. It's a Knight of Wands. And Knights always, to me, represent moving a situation along. It happens so that you receive a message, and the message is to help move the situation along. It looks like this is the airy part of fire, in a way. And so the movement it's coming from the future to the past. So past, present, future. Past, present, future. And right in the center, I have a 10 of Wands. A 10 is a focus on completion of events. And this card implies that whatever is going on, it's been difficult. It's been hard. It may be even that you are doing more things than you should, taking on more than you can chew. Perhaps is somebody that is in your life or in the situation that requires that you are doing things for them. They're not pulling their weight, so to speak. But when you do things for other people, they don't have a chance to learn the lesson of cause and effect, and you rob them of this of the experience. So I say that if anybody is, if you are taking on more than you can chew by handling other people's businesses or business, what they're doing in their life, not just business in the sense of business, although it can be that too, then you are robbing them of the experience to realize the cause and effect of what they're doing. And this King of Pentacles kind of feels like he's get a lazy energy after him. So we say there are no cups here. So this is not about emotion or love. It is about thoughts, the third dimension of what you're doing, and the focus and determination that you have in the situation. So to start out with, I have 1 6, a 2, a 9, a 4, and a 7. And starting at the top row, the Six of Pentacles is about giving, sharing, philanthropy, donation. But it also is a pentacle, so it speaks about not just giving money or time. It is about the third dimension of the thing that you are doing. And if you look at this, one person is receiving everything and the other person is receiving nothing. So sometimes I read this card like someone is doing more than they should and the other person is not partaking of what you are doing. And sometimes that can be the self. It's about balancing out what you feel or what you think between what you are doing. You have the scales there. And so sometimes this card can be you're handling two situations at one time. The Queen of Swords. Normally she represents an air sign, Libra. But in this instance, she can be, her profession can be a writer, an editor, a scientist, a researcher, a counselor. She can be a doctor, a surgeon, not just a doctor, but a surgeon, an oral surgeon, anywhere where sharp tools are needed to get the job done, or keen intellect. She can even be a soldier. So if you're not of an air sign or have not an air sign, this describes your profession or what you're doing, at least how your stance is and what you're thinking. Because if you see, in a sense, she's holding the Ace of Swords. It's a sword of truth, but it also is a sword that can cut both ways. So normally this queen can be direct. She can tell you exactly what she thinks or feels, and she minces no words. So if you want to have someone who can advise you or whatever, this is the stance that you want to take. The Knight of Wands says that a message is coming from the future. It may come quickly. It may come soppily, like not very coherent. This is somebody who rushes in with a message, and it will do is move the situation along. So the King of Pentacles can be, first of all, a earth sign, but he is typically someone involved with money, or owns lots of land or businesses. He can be a banker, a financial advisor, a stockbroker, a loan officer. He can be any kind of job where he handles or is in the position to handle finances. But I feel that laziness is coming off of this, because the Ten of Wands, I already explained to you what it means, but now we've come to the two. And twos always represent choices, options, dualities, oppositions, you being opposed within yourself about something, or someone else actively opposing you, or a crossroads, a decision needs to be made. We see someone here holding the whole world in his hand. He knows too that he has more to do. Hence the second wand. To me, wands always represent, supposedly they represent, traditionally I should say, they represent your career. But I always say, I just get the feeling of your focus and determination. What does it take for you to get up every day and do what you do? No matter what. That's your focus, your determination, your passion, your fire. And here we have the Nine of Wands. So nines are a focused, a momentary pause on a focus of focusing. Let me start over. The Nine of Wands, nines represent a focus on completion of events like the 10, except this time you're pausing to find out, hey, what am I going to do next? And in this case, the card shows that you have been in a battle, or you feel like you've been in a battle. See, he's got the bandage on his head. Behind him, there are 8 wands. So that means to me that this situation develops quite quickly. And you have just enough time to rest. You're thinking about what you're going to do next. But if it's been a battle, you have enough energy and strength to see the thing through. Okay? You are courageous and you have enough energy and strength. Right now, you may be taking a break, but you got enough gumption to get back in the fight. Now, this Emperor, it's a 4. All 4s represent a stable foundation, meaning things are okay the way that they are. Neither bad nor good. But the Emperor usually represents a type of father figure. So maybe this king is a baby daddy or an ex-husband or something. But he represents reason and logic. He didn't become the emperor by being a tyrant and trying to squash everybody under his thumb. And he didn't become the emperor because he gave everything away. He was a pushover. And to me, an emperor is more than a king. So the lesson of the emperor is try to remain as calm as possible and to make decisions based on reason and logic. Now, sometimes this guy can be my way or the highway. He can be a very difficult energy to deal with. And he's giving the side eye to those 9 of Swords. So I think this card is saying, think before you act. It's kind of telling me that. But the outgoing energy is a 7 of Swords. Now this to me is strange, because the 7 can imply postponements, arguments, misunderstandings, and disagreements within a situation. It can imply that things are not going to plan right now, and the reason why they're not going to plan is because you have so many things on your mind. You're distracted. I would say so with this. You're distracted and you can't focus and concentrate. The 7 of Swords also says that the situation can be full of lies, deceit, treachery, spying, delving into situations that are none of your business. It could also imply to expect a surprise. It doesn't tell me what kind of surprise. It just says expect a surprise. So I don't know what this is about, but the message comes, maybe it's coming from him, like this way, or maybe it's coming to him that something is not right. Okay? This way, I think somebody is trying desperately, and that's a feeling that I get from these 2 cards, desperately to make something work, but it's not working. So maybe you tell a little white lie to try to keep the thing going. There is a decision that should be made, and before you make it, you need to calm your emotions and use reason and logic to make decisions. Now, the 4 of Swords, it's a 4. Again, it's like this one. It tells me that things are okay right now. But the card speaks about meditation, rest, taking a break, that you have previously been involved in a conflicting situation, or you received some kind of bad news, and you had to think about it. I call this card the ghosting card. You remove yourself from the scene because you got to think. See, the 3 swords are at rest. They're not like the 3 swords and the 3 of swords and the heart. This is really a time for you to take some kind of mental break. You may need to be in need of a mental break. But there's the 4th sword right here. And you are at the ready to pick it up and use it. But this figure is an effigy. It's not even a real person. So that's why I say it's a ghosting card. Like you were having conversation with someone and they dropped off the map. You don't hear from them. Or vice versa. But this right here could really be about Mercury coming direct on the 25th in a few more days. And then we can have the energy of Mars in Aries coming back to life. Like the fight. You ready to fight again. Remember how I said he's giving the side eye to that. So, for all intents and purposes, I can't look at the 3 court cards. So I'm going to turn those over. That leaves me the 6, the 10, the 2, the 9, and the 7 as it relates to the Emperor. And I want to say that 7s are also a momentary pause and reflection to think about what comes next. And that, to me, represents the 2 swords stuck in the ground, like the 2 of swords. You don't know what you should think, or if anything, or you don't know what you should say, if anything. That's kind of left in the air. And the 5 swords that he's carrying indicates to me that there's some kind of fight or struggle or argument. So I will start in the middle with the 10 of Wands. To see what it says. Because everything else is going on around the 10 of Wands. So what can this feeling of oppression be about, or biting off more than you can chew? Alegría. This is pastime with family and friends. Being in a place like in a bar where you make merry. But it says to be careful of any people you meet who are new in your life, because they could be fair weather friends. Lamante, male, lover. Just what it says, it can be anybody, a brother, an acquaintance, who might have some kind of romantic designs on you. If you look, there is nobody at the window, and he's playing his little guitar. And the Suspiri. Now this card is interesting because it implies that you feel left behind. You are sighing and you're sad and you're wistful and worried about what you're leaving behind. But what you should pay attention to is the arrow at the top of the figure's head, because that says it's projection into the future, a fear of future events. And we know that there is a decision that needs to be made. Let me look at the 7 of Swords. No, I want to look at the 6 of Pentacles. Disgrazia. Something terrible happened. Something that made you feel bad. Something that embarrasses you or causes you shame. It's not like, it's a Tower card, but it's not like the Tower in the Radiant White deck. It says that some kind of tragedy or drama is going to happen to you. Domestico. He's just that. He implies that he's to help you with things, but he can also imply the man returning. But this character is kind of slimy because the question becomes, is he in it for himself? Is he doing things for himself, or is he doing things for you? Last card, reunion. And basically this card talks about a meeting. It doesn't tell me what kind of meeting. It doesn't imply a romantic or business. It's just a meeting. So it looks to me as though, because the energy is traveling back this way, something happens that is quite explosive to you. And this guy is like a second Knight of Wands. The situation comes to help you maybe clarify some kind of meeting that that has happened. And maybe perhaps you before, because this is a sinner, you met somebody in a bar or at a place where it could be a festival or picnic or whatever, and you felt something that you got left behind in a way. But the thing is, it's a projection into the future. Now, I want to read these cards and find out if more can be gleaned with them being next to the Emperor. I have to learn to talk solo because that way I can formulate my words. The Six of Pentacles. Appearing with 3 Wands cards, and I have 4. Let me turn the cards back over. So appearing with 3 Wands cards, it's telling you to shift your focus from your work to your personal life. You need to find ways to relax and slow down your mind and body. Appearing with 3 Wands cards, the Six of Pentacles may be prompting you to check your health and well-being. Some care needs to be taken. Prevention is better than the cure. The Ten of Wands. There is no meaning with the Ten of Wands, but with the Nine of Wands, that's why I'm skipping that. The Nine of Wands next to the Ten of Wands, it denotes that negotiations regarding real estate, property, business, buildings, rentals, buying, and renovating will be fruitful in the near future. And I would say if you and the negotiations are about buying or selling something, don't sign the contract yet. Read over the whole contract, because we have this sort of like Mercury in retrograde with the Seven of Swords, which tells you to be honest and upfront in all your dealings, otherwise you're going to be caught out. But if somebody is lying or hiding certain terms to you, you may not want to sign. You want to get a second pair of eyes to look at it. The Two of Wands. Listen. The Two of Wands next to the Emperor. Messages that opportunities are abound and opportunity is imminent. So establish yourself and set ideas to motion. The time is fruitful. Make the most of it. But we have a meaning with the Two of Wands next to the Seven of Swords. It is an indication that unnecessary disturbances over insignificant and unnecessary situations may take place in the future. The message is to sort out any problems as soon as they arise. That's the Two of Wands next to the Seven of Swords and the Emperor. So the only advice that I could give you is be careful what's going on. Don't fear the future. Find out exactly what's going on to the best of your ability. And if this is about signing a contract, don't sign until you get all the necessary details. And maybe if you haven't taken a break from all the life noise, perhaps now is the time, because pretty soon you are going to be moving along very quickly. Something is going to come in quite quickly. So I will pull an angel answer card right now. I want you to formulate your question for the angel answer. Let's cut them and pull a card. The card says improving health. Now, it gave you a warning that you need to concentrate more on your health, and there it's kind of right here with this card. But could also be about someone that you know. The angels want you to know that the health of the person you asked about is going to improve. You can request the assistance of Archangel Raphael and your guardian angels to speed along the recovery. But the card may also be urging you to make more healthful choices in your life. If you're feeling called to detox from harmful substances, harmful foods, or substances, you should follow that guidance. Removing unhealthy practices from your life will make you feel vibrant and strong. That's good advice, but I don't think it really applies to what's going on in this situation. So until next time, namaste.